Hey, what's up everybody? So in this video we're gonna talk about the ROG Ally. I guess you can say this video is like a review and also why it disappointed me. I'm gonna explain why into details. So let me start by saying that I'm not a person that is really into PC gaming. So I don't really have too much experience with when it comes to PC gaming. When it comes to PC gaming, you do have to configure a lot of the stuff for in order for the game to run smooth, and basically this is what it is. And one of my expectations that it was when I first got it, because on YouTube that's one of the things that you see that nobody really tells you the truth, especially when they're trying to sell you something. They make it sound so easy, so so easy to do it, like, oh yeah, it's the greatest thing ever and you should buy it. So yeah, they got me, I guess you can say that. So well, I guess in a way, for the people that do have experience, I guess it is easy for them to set it up, and they know how to set up for the games to run. They know how to set up the games and all that. But for me, I think it was more like a console, or more like an, I guess, like an Apple product that you just open it and you're pretty much ready to go. Well, this is different. You do have to go in and read a lot. If you don't have any experience with PC gaming, you do have to read a lot. You do have to do a lot of research. And the thing about it, because it's so new as right now, there's not really that many videos that I can go to and try to figure out how something works or how to make it better. So I should be learning as I go, and I now is, I want to say that's what makes it fun, because I have been learning a lot. So I guess that's why people like PC gaming, because you do have to learn a lot in order to make it work. And in this case, it's pretty much the same thing. Is you do have to learn a lot, but at the console itself, there was been a lot of people saying that they have problems with the buttons. And they were saying, based on the date, that's how you know more likely yours is gonna be bad. They're saying from March, if the day of manufacture was March, then more likely it's gonna be bad. Well, guess what? Mine is on March, and as right now, everything works fine. I have no problems with it. I do have problems with Windows. There's a lot of bugs in it, and I guess with the system, even when you first started on, you had to set up the Wi-Fi. And as you know, this is set up for you don't need a keyboard or a mouse. Well, luckily I have a keyboard and a mouse that I can plug in, because if I don't had a keyboard, I wouldn't have been able to put in my password for the Wi-Fi, and now I couldn't move on. The thing was happening, I was pressing to set up the keyboard and it wasn't showing up. I was like pressing, and it would go away, but the keyboard would never pop. So I'm like, how you supposed to move on the first steps and the keyboard doesn't even show up? It did show up like the first two steps, but after that, like when it got to the Wi-Fi, it wouldn't work at all. So I thought that was like kind of fucked up, that at the beginning, since the beginning, it's already not working. So that's one of the problems that I had since the first turn it on. One of the other problems that I had is that I thought that because it's Windows, that it was more like a PC, like an actual PC, like the ones that I used to have back in the day when I used to install emulators, and it was just install it, download the ROM, and you're pretty much ready to go. Or this, because it's kind of like the best way I can describe it is like the iPad, that it has all the power of a computer, but because of the software, you cannot do everything the computer does, because it has a limitation they have put on it, because it's not a computer, even though it has the power. When the same thing here, this has the power of a computer, but because of the software, it kind of throws it back a little bit, because you're not able to launch the programs like that easy. You kind of do have to find the ones that it does work, or you have to figure it out, configure it to make it work, because if not, it's not gonna work. So that's when I say that it's hard to configure. You do have to do a lot of research. That's one of the things. Another problem that I had when putting a keyboard, when needing a keyboard, is I was trying to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the Warzone, and there you had to put your email and your password for activation, right? So it does let me put my email by the keyboard here, but when I try to click on the password, it doesn't let me. Like I tried it, I turn off I close the game, I restart the ROG Ally, and I still went back and it wouldn't let me click on the fucking password. So I had to plug in the dongle and then use the mouse and click on it and put it manually with the keyboard. That was the only way I was able to do it. By the way, this dongle right here, if you first started, and if you have one of these, especially if you have a Mac, I'm sure you have one of these. This works great. Like me, I don't have any wireless keyboard or wireless mouse, but I do have some old ones that is USB. So I plug it in here. It works fine. It works perfect. So this is the ones that I use, and it has a HDMI out. So this is the one that I use to plug it into the TV. So this works pretty good on the Ally. I don't have any problems. I know I've seen some people having problems not displaying on on their display. I don't know what's up with that. Another thing that when you first got it is you had to do a lot of updates manually. It's not like whenever you console you log in and it tells you, oh, you had to update in order to sign in. No, this you actually had to go to the menus and look for it. It won't tell you automatically. If you don't go look for it, you will never know that you need an update. So that's another thing that is fucked up, and a lot of people is having problem until they actually update the console. And the one and you have to change the time. You have to make sure that you change the actual time. That's how crazy this thing is. That if you had the wrong time, a lot of the stuff won't work. So I thought that was kind of crazy. That just by having the wrong time, it won't work. Like I said on my first video about the Ally, when I first opened it, it was that I wanted to use it for remote play and emulators. Well, it took me 3 days to actually get emulator running, the Switch emulator, because I had to do a lot of research. There's like two emulators. One of them don't work, and then the other one does work, and then the other one you had to pay for it. And one of them was working, but I didn't know you needed a product key, because back in the day you never needed a product key. Like I said, you just open it, and you should be good. But no, now these ones, the new ones, you need a product key, and then you have to move a folder to the right folder, so that way you can have a product key, and that way it will work. So the emulator, I'm having problems with the emulators. I have multiple emulators. I have the software that has emulators inside, and one of the problems that I have is that I cannot play the games used by using the ROG controllers. I had to use an external control because the B here, when you I configure the control for B to be a B, but whenever you're on the emulator, it wants to close it. So it's still giving the command to close it. I put it on gaming mode and I put it on desktop mode, and I still had the same problem. I haven't found a way yet to make this work. And like these two right here don't work. I press it and nothing comes on, like it doesn't read it. So the only way that I figured to make it actually work is to pull my PlayStation 5 controller, and I can play it like that. With the PlayStation 5 controller, I have no problems playing any emulator. But on every emulator that I have played so far, I think I have played with like four of them. Different software, different huge emulator itself. It's it doesn't work. I don't know why. If you know how to configure the Switch, let me know, because I would like to know that, because as right now I just playing with the controller. That's the only way I know how to play it. Because like I said, I've been trying to configure it inside the game, inside the emulator, and nothing. I don't know if there's a way that I need to go into like the actual window settings and configure the buttons itself to do something else, because this is like, it's like shift and this is like tab or something like that. So I don't know if I had to change the commands inside like the windows, so I won't have that problem. Now with the, when it comes to playing PlayStation 5 remote, it's not that easy like I thought. So apparently, if you use the actual PlayStation remote, which it sucks. I don't know why they promoted that is so good. It's not that good. Because one of the reasons is that you cannot play PlayStation Remote with the controller, and the only way you can play PlayStation Remote is by actually plugging in the controller of the PS5 into the Ally. That's fucked up. There's another program comes Chikia, so it's pretty much work at the same as the PlayStation Remote. It just takes a couple steps, but I haven't got any luck playing that good. It's like it doesn't play perfect, and then still I'm not able to use this as an actual remote. I don't know. I haven't played too much with it, so I guess I had to mess with it in order to make it work. Some people apparently it does make it work. I don't know how. But with the Chikia, I can actually play with the PlayStation 5 controller wirelessly. I don't need to be plugged in. So that's one of the good things about it. But apparently you have to configure with the Chikia application too in order to make it run smooth. I haven't messed with it so far, but it looks like it has the potential of it. One of the other problems that I had, it was installing Apex. So not installing Apex, but the actual game. So when I first installed it, I guess because I was doing multiple things, I made sure I closed everything. And whenever I went to the game, it was running like so slow. I'm like, this doesn't even, it's not even playable, because it was like the sounds making cracking noise. Apparently that's an issue with this. That's sometimes it makes it like cracking noise, like it sounds like all cut off the audio. So it was like really bad, and then it was like really slow. Sometimes when you like doing multiple things, not multiple things at once, but like if you go like to one emulator and you just have to play a game, that game might end up being really slow, just because you were doing something else. Even though you fully closed the other application, you had to like kind of restart it, I guess, in order to like, I guess, to delete the RAM and refresh it. Because I noticed that if I do something and I go to something else, the second thing that I start doing is like really slow, and this gets like really slow. So that's another bug that I guess it has. As I said, this is new, so more likely they're gonna make it better. But as right now, it's not good. It has a lot of potential. I can see it, but you do have to do a lot of research, and you have to find a way to figure it out. So the last thing is the controllers. So the controllers, they respond really good. I haven't got any problems like button getting stuck or something not working. For me, everything works fine. The only thing here is, I guess, me personally, is because I'm used to the PlayStation 5 controller. This is on my hands. I don't know. The size of my hands is like too. I feel like this is too far. I feel like here would be like good for like be comfortable position, because I put it here. So here is like kind of too far, and this right here, when I play in like Call of Duty, I feel it's like for like the aiming, it's like I cannot be precise as like I am with the PS5. It takes more like I guess it's something that I would have to get used to it. So after now, I don't feel comfortable playing with this control. They feel kind of weird, because I guess it's something that I'm not used to. So there's something to keep in mind, that they might feel weird at first. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just like they don't feel comfortable to me, because when you had your hand in here, it's kind of like hard. It's not a comfortable position for my thumb anymore, because I had to reach so far out. Um, so to me, they're not comfortable. I guess because I'm used to the PlayStation 5 controllers and PlayStation 4. So I don't know. Even the Xbox controller, even though it wasn't in the same position, it felt comfortable. I never had any issue with the controller being like in different position. I just this is like, I don't know. I feel like it's too far out. But maybe if you have bigger fingers, I guess you can reach it better, so you won't have that problem. But for me personally, they don't feel. It doesn't feel comfortable. To wrap this up, this is a great system. I'm not saying that it sucks, but I'm do saying that if you think that it's gonna be easy as a console, it's not. You do have to do a lot of research, and do have to mess with a lot of settings. You have to keep playing and trying what works better for you. That's pretty much that's how I've been doing it. Like I said, it took me 3 days to play a Nintendo Switch game. The emulators, they're hard to find the ROMs because they're like really sketchy websites, especially with the Switch. With the other ROMs, it's not hard to find, they're easier to get. But with the Switch, because it's newer, there's a lot of website that comes out with the pop ads and to make you install virus. So the way I do it on the Mac, because the Mac I know is more a little bit more secure when it comes to the virus kind of situation than this the Windows. So all the ROMs I get it from the Mac and then I transfer it to SD card and then transfer it here. I wouldn't recommend downloading here because you might get like a virus or something, and then you might have to reset your Ally, and you might end up losing all your data. So I would recommend you doing it somewhere else, not here, or where you have, if you have a PC, maybe you have a antivirus or whatever, and you'll be more safe doing it that way than doing it here. I don't feel comfortable doing it here, especially with those sketchy websites. So you know anybody, any videos that it can help me out figuring this out to make it better, put it in the comments. I will go check it out because this is like a headache. um, I guess in a good way because, like I say, that what makes it fun. Because this is like a learning experience. Getting into the gaming, PC gaming console. So it's definitely different. So like I say, it's not. It's a great system. The display looks really good. Actually, I'm surprised how sharp it looks with the Xbox games. If you have any video requests or if you would like me to try something, let me know in the comments. I'm willing to try it. If you would like to see a game, how it runs, if you would like to know more about the specific emulator, I can do a video about that or help you out. I don't even have to make a video. I can help you out in the comments. Based on my experience, because like I said, I'm learning as I go. I don't know everything, but I'm sure there's a lot of people like me that is barely first time getting into PC gaming and they're learning right now and they're looking for content to see how it actually works. Actually, going into Facebook pages, the Ally pages, the community there, they ask a lot of questions. They be answering. So I've been learning a lot from there too. I've been learning a lot because a lot of people there has really good questions. So I'm making sure that it's something that is related to me. I read it, and it does pretty much give me the answer that I can figure out later before. Definitely let me know if you have any video requests, and I hope you like this video. And thanks for watching.